Throughout her remarkable career, spanning over 7 decades, Rita Moreno has shared many highs and lows in her personal and professional life. Among the most talked about chapters was her tumultuous relationship with Marlon Brando, which was both passionate and stormy, describing Brando as an extraordinary lover and one of the most significant influences in her life. Moreno confessed that their relationship was riddled with turbulence, largely due to his infidelities and emotional manipulation. Yet, despite the heartbreak he caused, she remained enamored by his charisma, talent, and magnetism. When Marlon Brando's unfaithful streak pushed her to the edge of despair, Moreno decided to strike back in a way that would leave a lasting mark. It was during one of these painful periods that Elvis Presley entered the scene. Though completely different from Brando in demeanor and depth, Presley became a tool of revenge for Moreno. She began an affair with him primarily to make Brando jealous, aiming to reclaim a sense of power and agency in their otherwise lopsided relationship. While Presley's suave nature and charm won her momentary attention, she later revealed that he lacked the passion Brando exuded. In comparing Brando's fiery intensity to Presley's tepid affections, Moreno made no secret of preferring Brando's heat, despite the emotional cost it brought. The plan to use Elvis to provoke Brando had its desired effect, albeit without resolving the deeper issues between them. Brando's towering ego couldn't tolerate the idea of Moreno's dalliance with a major star like Elvis, igniting a wave of fury within him. His jealousy, however, was less an indication of his feelings for Moreno, and more a reaction to the challenge to his dominance. Despite the emotional chaos, Moreno recognized the temporary liberation this act of rebellion gave her. Yet, she admitted later that the emotional weight of being caught between two cultural giants was both thrilling and exhausting. Throughout her extraordinary career spanning more than 8 decades, Rita Moreno has epitomized trailblazing talent and resilience in entertainment. Widely regarded as a living legend, she has graced both the big screen and the stage with performances that showcase her unique blend of beauty, toughness, and infectious charisma. Born Rosa Dolores Alvario Marcano in Humacao, Puerto Rico, she discovered her passion for performance at an early age. By 5 years old, she had moved to New York City, where determination and talent propelled her into the arts. Early on, Moreno adopted her stage name and began building a career marked by incredible perseverance. Her talents first captured attention through dance and found expression in early film roles. Among the golden age of Hollywood luminaries, Moreno stood out for her ability to challenge stereotypes. Despite being typecast in stereotypical ethnic roles early in her career, she broke through with her formidable portrayal of Anita in West Side Story in 1961. This groundbreaking role earned her the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, making her the first Latina to achieve such recognition. It marked a turning point in Hollywood's perception of diversity and Moreno's careers, revealing her capability to wield dramatic strength and cultural richness in one performance. Beyond West Side Story, Moreno's numerous other projects included notable films such as Singin' in the Rain, The King and I, and later Carnal Knowledge. Unparalleled versatility became the hallmark of her career as she seamlessly shifted between musical films, dramatic roles, television work, and stage performances. She shone equally brightly in her theater exploits, where her comedic turn as Gucci Gomez in Terrence McNally's The Ritz won her a Tony Award in 1975. Her ability to dazzle across formats was further reinforced on television, where she appeared in The Electric Company, Oz, and Netflix's One Day at a Time, among others. Moreno is one of the very few performers to earn an EGOT, an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, affirming her as an artist of immense skill and impact. Her luminous personality is not confined to performances alone. It also radiates through her charismatic interviews, personal accounts, and joyous appearances. Her resilience also speaks volumes. She has recounted how she navigated the challenges of Hollywood's systemic racism, limited opportunities, and personal adversities. Moreno's magnetic charm extends beyond beauty. She embodies cultural pride, self-determination, and advocacy. As diverse as her achievements are, they align perfectly with the toughness and versatility for which she is hailed. Whether thrilling audiences with impeccable comedic timing, commanding dramatic roles with gravitas, or stirring admiration through melodic performances, Rita Moreno's ethos is one of uncompromising excellence. Her beauty exudes as much from within, through her passionate dedication and warm humanity, as it does from her glowing stage or screen presence. Few encompass the word legend as fully as Morenos does, with her luminous career remaining a testament to the power of perseverance, talent, and self-affirmation. In every instance, Morenos has proven that she is not just an actress, but a force of nature shaping the industry and inspiring those yet to come. From her early days in Puerto Rico to her rise in Hollywood, Rita Morenos' journey offers a piercing reflection of strength amid overwhelming challenges and adversity. When she moved to the United States as a young girl, Morenos encountered discrimination that began before the world knew her name. Relentless in her resolve, she aspired to carve out a career in entertainment despite systemic racism and an industry that undermined her talents by casting her in ethnic stereotypes, often relegating her to roles like exotic island girls or unflattering interpretations of Latina women. When Morenos was offered iconic roles, as in West Side Story, she infused her characters with pride and dignity, which illuminated her ability to break barriers that sought to tether Latina performers to caricatures instead of multidimensional beings. The lurid shadows of Hollywood added layers to Morenos' trials. As a young entertainer, she encountered devastating betrayal, including being raped by her agent. Morenos detailed the harrowing experience years later, shedding light on an industry that fostered environments of silence for actresses fearing professional consequences. However, even as Morenos endured personal pain, she boldly refused to relinquish her core sense of self, maintaining both pride and an unbending dignity. Facing criticisms and attempts to diminish her, she chose to endure rather than harbor shame, channeling her resilience as fuel for a career that spanned decades. Therapy and fortitude became crucial to navigating an industry where the pressures of conformity and exclusion surrounded her like an ever-present haze. Defying the social restrictions placed upon Latinas, Morenos utilized her platform to challenge Hollywood's glaring inequities, becoming an emblem of resistance against a racist and patriarchal entertainment hierarchy. She spent years reimagining her trajectory, even when Hollywood itself seemed reluctant to change. While success stories like her EGOT status, becoming one of the few to win an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, highlight her triumph, Morenos' narrative deeply embeds itself in the arduous battles she fought to humanize herself and others through her performances. These pioneering efforts dismantled typecasting that unfairly defined many actors of color. Morenos did not let negativity dictate her story or her output. She actively sought more complex roles and opportunities that reflected her humanity. Choosing not simply to endure, but to thrive, she maintained an awareness of her profound significance as a cultural figure. As Morenos' body of work expanded beyond scripts, she emerged as a voice advocating for inclusivity and respect. Her legacy remains intertwined with her unassailable courage and refusal to allow societal limitations to define her trajectory, ensuring that her spirit continues to resonate with admirers worldwide. Rita Morenos was born in 1931 in a small town in Puerto Rico, a place filled with vibrant culture and lush landscapes. However, her early life took a dramatic turn when she moved to New York City at the tender age of 6. The transition was far from easy, as she encountered stark racism and hurtful name-calling in her new environment. These experiences of prejudice put immense pressure on young Rita, yet they shaped her resilience and drive to overcome societal barriers. In her adult life, Rita became known not only for her artistic achievements, but also for her tumultuous personal life. Her relationship with Marlon Brando, one of Hollywood's most iconic actors, lasted for nearly a decade and was as electrifying as it was destructive. Brando, infamous for his charm and talent, could not remain faithful. His infidelities were numerous and deeply affected Rita. Over the years, she endured the emotional toll of his betrayals, which strained their connection. Despite his actions, both remained captivated by one another, unable to sever their complicated ties. The profound and painful bond they shared left an undeniable mark on Rita's personal narrative, influencing her perspectives on love and loyalty. Infidelity, as seen in her experience with Brando, is often a significant cause of discord in any relationship. In the world of celebrities, where lives are lived under constant public scrutiny, the fallout from such challenges is magnified. For Rita, dealing with the emotional aftermath of Brando's actions, while balancing her career, was undoubtedly a daunting task. Her willingness to later openly reflect on these deeply personal matters reveals the enormous strength and honesty she possesses, showing a side of her life that contrasts with the glamorous image seen on screen. By the age of 11, Rita Moreno had already embarked on her journey into the world of performance, showcasing her phenomenal talents by dubbing Spanish-language versions of American films. This early experience in the arts set the stage for what would become a groundbreaking career. Transitioning from that unique start, Moreno made her remarkable Broadway debut at the tender age of nearly 14. It was in the wartime play Skydrift that she stepped into the theatrical spotlight, an extraordinary achievement for someone so young, and a clear indication of her prodigious talent. Despite these early accomplishments, the entertainment industry of that time offered limited opportunities for actors of Latinx heritage, especially those stereotyped as exotic. Moreno, however, broke through these barriers with her unwavering determination and extraordinary artistry. As one of the first Latinx performers to gain significant traction in mainstream entertainment, she became a trailblazer, shattering preconceived notions and opening doors for generations of Latinx artists to follow. By refusing to be boxed into narrow roles, she not only made a name for herself, but also challenged the industry's discriminatory norms, inspiring change well beyond her initial appearances on the stage and screen. Her journey from a child dubbing movies to a Broadway debutante is a testament to her extraordinary dedication and pioneering spirit as she forged a path that was as transformative for culture as it was for her career. In 1961, Rita Moreno achieved the role that would become the defining moment of her illustrious career when she was cast as Anita in the groundbreaking film West Side Story. Her electrifying performance earned her critical acclaim, and eventually led to her becoming the first Latina actress to win an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. This moment not only solidified her place in Hollywood history, but also broke barriers for Hispanic artists in the entertainment industry, serving as a beacon of inspiration for generations to follow. While Moreno's success in West Side Story brought her immense fame and recognition, the path to that milestone was marked by significant struggles. She aspired to emulate stars like Elizabeth Taylor, whose beauty and talent fascinated her. However, as a Puerto Rican actress trying to make her mark in a predominantly white and often insular Hollywood, Moreno faced substantial challenges rooted in pervasive ethnic stereotypes. Early in her career, studios often typecast her in roles that were limited to her ethnicity. She was frequently assigned to play characters who were indigenous, Asian, or any vaguely exotic persona, roles that were shaped more by prejudice than by her actual talent. Even after winning her Oscar, Moreno found herself trapped in the very stereotypes she had hoped to transcend. She expected that her historic win for West Side Story would open the doors to more diverse and significant roles. However, she quickly realized that Hollywood's systemic bias would not be easily dismantled. Offers for compelling parts remained scarce, and she often turned down roles that perpetuated the same demeaning and reductive portrayals she had fought so hard to escape. These years represented a low point in her career, underscoring the fractured reward of success tainted by ongoing struggles for genuine representation. Despite these professional ups and downs, Moreno's talent, determination, and resilience shone brightly. Her career evolved beyond film, encompassing television and stage performances that demonstrated her immense versatility. Over time, she transitioned from being seen merely as an actress to a symbol of hope and progress for performers of diverse backgrounds who sought to claim their rightful place in the arts. Her trajectory underscores both the immense promise and the daunting limitations imposed by an industry reluctant to embrace change. Rita Moreno's career, spanning several decades, has been nothing short of remarkable. Recently, she brought her immense talent to audiences through the groundbreaking sitcom, One Day at a Time. In this modern adaptation of the classic series, Moreno brought humor, energy, and emotion to her role as Lydia Riera, the lively and outspoken grandmother. Her performance on the show was not only captivating, but also endeared her to a new, younger generation of viewers. Despite the show's eventual cancellation, Moreno's work in One Day at a Time stood out as a testament to her versatility and timeless charm. The role that cemented Rita Moreno's stardom, however, came much earlier in her career when she played Anita in the 1961 film West Side Story. As Anita, Moreno showcased her triple threat abilities, excelling in singing, dancing, and acting. Her passionate performance anchored the film's intense emotional scenes, and the vibrancy she infused into the role earned her an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. This milestone made her the first Latina actress to win an Oscar, a historic achievement that paved the way for greater representation in Hollywood. While revisiting West Side Story in Steven Spielberg's 2021 adaptation, Moreno was given a new role, Valentina, allowing her to both act and serve as an executive producer, further showcasing her adaptability and influence in the industry. Moreno's talents extend far beyond any single role, as evidenced by her induction into the exclusive EGOT Club. Over her illustrious career, she has earned an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony, making her one of the very few performers to achieve this extraordinary feat. Each of these awards reflects a distinct facet of her artistry, from her work on stage earning a Tony, to her captivating screen appearances securing an Emmy, an Oscar, to her voice work honored with a Grammy. This rare accomplishment underlines the breadth and depth of her contributions to entertainment, cementing her legacy as one of the most gifted performers of all time. Rita Moreno's relationship with Marlon Brando was as passionate as it was turbulent, spanning nearly 7 years of highs and lows that left a profound mark on her life. Their romance began in 1954 when they met on the set of the film Desiree. Rita, then a 22-year-old actress, was instantly captivated by Brando's charm and magnetism. He, already an established actor and Hollywood icon, found Rita's beauty and talent equally mesmerizing. Their connection became an intense and electrifying affair, though it was far from smooth. Throughout their time together, Brando's reputation as a womanizer often created a volatile dynamic between them. Rita herself described him as unfaithful, recounting how his frequent infidelities contributed to the instability of their relationship. Despite this, Rita admitted to being deeply drawn to him, describing Brando as the lust of her life in later reflections. His complexities, both as a lover and a person, fascinated and often frustrated her. The turbulence of their romance took a toll on Rita. At times, the emotional pain brought by Brando's actions led to despair. She revealed instances when his betrayals left her heartbroken, yet she continued to be tied to him emotionally. Despite these challenges, Brando's influence wasn't entirely negative. In moments of intimacy and connection, he encouraged her to seek therapy, recognizing the strain their relationship had placed on her mental well-being. This advice helped her address lingering issues and build resilience. Their affair wasn't without dramatic twists. On one occasion, Moreno discovered that Brando had fathered a child with another woman. This revelation profoundly hurt her, but also eventually led to a turning point. It pushed her to redefine her sense of self-worth and seek a healthier path away from the toxicity of their relationship. Even with their eventual separation, Moreno remained conflicted about her feelings toward Brando. She acknowledged how his enigmatic personality and influence shaped her, but also embraced the closure that came with moving on. In retrospect, their story stands as a testament to a deeply complex entanglement that was both formative and fraught with struggle, leaving an indelible imprint on her life journey. Rita Moreno's connection with Marlon Brando began in 1954, when they met on the set of the film Desiree. At the time, Moreno was a bright young actress of 22, dazzled by the charisma and immense talent of the already legendary Brando. Their professional encounter quickly evolved into a deeply passionate, yet undeniably tumultuous affair that stretched nearly a decade. Moreno often described her relationship with Brando as exhilarating but equally destructive. Despite her being captivated by him, he also inflicted significant emotional wounds through his infidelity and controlling behavior. Brando insisted on keeping their relationship a secret, which Moreno later admitted left her feeling diminished and unloved. This fraught romance reached its breaking point with Moreno's suicide attempt. Overwhelmed by Brando's repeated infidelities, including his simultaneous involvement with another woman whom he had impregnated, Moreno fell into despair. The discovery of this betrayal proved to be too much for her, leading her to ingest a blend of pills in an attempt to end her pain. Though the attempt did not succeed, it highlighted the emotional toll the relationship had extracted from her. Moreno saw this dark chapter as a significant turning point. Finding clarity about the unhealthy dynamics she was entangled in, Marlon Brando's behavior had a profound impact on Moreno's sense of self-worth. His secrecy around their relationship conveyed a lack of acknowledgement that deeply hurt her. Still, Moreno's resilience shone through as she later channeled her emotions into her luminous career and personal growth. This chapter eventually closed forever, but it left an indelible mark on both her personal and professional life. The relationship between Rita Moreno and Marlon Brando was a tumultuous and emotionally fraught affair that spanned 8 years. Rita Moreno fell deeply for Brando's magnetism, his brilliance as an actor, and his undeniable charm, Yet their time together was marked by profound emotional highs and devastating lows. Brando, despite his captivating qualities, caused immense heartache through his actions, which included recurring infidelities and emotional manipulation. Moreno found herself deeply entangled with Brando, straining under the weight of his erratic behavior, yet unable to break free. The pull he had on her was almost addictive. She described an uncontrollable need to win him over repeatedly, even in the aftermath of his betrayals. His infidelities were persistent and casually cruel, leaving her grappling with feelings of rejection and inadequacy. Brando's willingness to stray from their relationship and form commitments with other women only exacerbated Moreno's pain. He married multiple times and fathered children with others during their ongoing affair, a stark reminder of the disparity in their emotional engagement. What made their dynamic even more intense was Moreno's determination to make Brando pay attention to her in the way she desperately craved. It drove her to stay locked in a toxic cycle of love, heartbreak, and reconciliation. Brando's complex personality kept her in a state of emotional turmoil. He could be tender and apologetic at moments, only to revert to behaviors that emphasized his self-centered nature and disregard for the depth of her feelings. Rita Moreno struggled to navigate her love for him while dealing with her own self-esteem being shattered repeatedly. This emotional roller coaster had deeply harmful consequences for Moreno's mental health. The relationship reached painfully low points where the manipulation and disregard for her well-being drove her into despair. She bore the brunt of Brando's inability to commit, his actions casting a shadow over her sense of self-worth. Yet, even in the face of such turbulence, Moreno remained unshakably drawn to him, caught in a web of love, longing, and the desperate hope of being chosen above all others in Brando's life. The damage inflicted by this toxic relationship left a lasting impact that Moreno later acknowledged for its severity. Her story with Brando became an enduring symbol of the destructive power of passion untethered by mutual respect or care, illustrating the complexities of human connection and the emotional cost of unbalanced love. After discovering another woman's lingerie at Marlon Brando's house, Rita Moreno was devastated. The discovery shattered her trust and left her reeling from the emotional betrayal. Brando, known for his charm and talent, was also infamous for his infidelity during their tumultuous on-again, off-again relationship. This incident was one of many that underscored his unfaithful behavior, but it pushed Moreno to her breaking point. Feeling heartbroken and seeking an outlet for her pain, she decided to respond in a way that would hit Brando where it hurt the most. That was when an unexpected opportunity arose, one that would intertwine her story with none other than Elvis Presley. Shortly after the incident at Brando's house, Elvis's agent reached out to Moreno. Presley's interest in her marked a pivotal moment. The king of rock and roll was smitten, and Moreno, smarting from her heartbreak, saw this as more than a mere flirtation. This pairing wasn't born of love or earnest attraction, but rather a calculated means to send shockwaves through Brando's ego. Moreno decided to embark on a brief affair with Elvis, knowing full well the waves it would make in Brando's world. Elvis, ever the gentleman in public, took her out, showered her with attention, and was the picture of the devoted admirer. Moreno later revealed that she deliberately used her time with Presley to provoke Brando. She ensured that their outings were known and visible, making an undeniable statement. It wasn't long before news of her involvement with Presley reached Brando, and as intended, it elicited the jealous reaction she was looking for. Brando was enraged upon hearing that she had moved on to dating one of the most iconic men of the time. His anger was evident, but it didn't just stem from jealousy. It revealed his frustration at losing the unwavering devotion Moreno had once had for him. Despite the intense public interest and drama surrounding her fling with Presley, Moreno admitted that her short-lived dalliance with Elvis was not a fulfilling one. Presley, for all his fame and status, did not captivate her in the way Brando had. She found him polite and kind but ultimately uninteresting. Their affair, while theatrically effective, lacked the passion and complexity that had defined her years with Brando. In hindsight, she described Presley's romantic skills as lacking refinement, comparing their interactions unfavorably to the complicated and fiery dynamic she experienced with Brando. Though the fling with Elvis was over almost as quickly as it began, it served its purpose. It allowed Moreno to reclaim a sense of agency in her relationship with Brando, even if only temporarily. The affair highlighted the tangled web of emotions and manipulations that characterized her bond with him. It showcased Moreno's resourcefulness and determination to confront the deep emotional wounds she suffered due to Brando's behavior. But beyond its impact on their lives, it also became a fascinating and often retold chapter in the tapestry of Hollywood's golden age romantic entanglements. The relationship between Rita Moreno and Marlon Brando was marked by turbulent emotions and severe personal strife that profoundly affected Moreno's life. The affair, which began when Moreno was in her early 20s, was marred by Brando's infidelity and emotional manipulation, leaving Moreno feeling deeply unsatisfied and emotionally devastated. Brando, a towering Hollywood figure, wielded both charm and control, compelling Moreno to remain entangled in their on-again, off-again relationship despite the toll it took on her emotional well-being. During this period, Moreno became pregnant, a development that Brando chose to address in a manner emblematic of the era's stigmatization and illegality surrounding reproductive rights. Brando arranged for Moreno to have an abortion, a procedure that turned tragic when it was botched, leading to severe health complications for Moreno. The aftereffects were not merely physical, but extended into the emotional realm, amplifying the anguish she endured during the relationship. Moreno later revealed that Brando had coldly orchestrated the abortion, reflecting the casual disregard he occasionally displayed toward her suffering. The emotional weight of the unhealthy relationship and the aftermath of the botched abortion drove Moreno to a breaking point. The pain of Brando's infidelities and her accumulated despair culminated in an attempt to end her own life. This harrowing moment occurred in the home they shared, where Moreno tried to overdose on pills. The attempt, fortunately, was unsuccessful, but it marked the nadir of her personal crisis. The failed suicide attempt became an emotional wake-up call for Moreno, ultimately leading her to make the difficult but necessary decision to cut ties with Brando. Following her recovery, Moreno began to reconstruct her life and focus on her career and personal well-being. Severing ties with Brando marked the beginning of a personal transformation and a step toward regaining her sense of self. Deeply reflective about the toxic dynamics of the relationship and her own experience, Moreno has since spoken candidly about the choices and events that defined one of the most challenging chapters of her life. During a scene in the night of the following day, Rita Moreno's unresolved anger towards Marlon Brando came to the surface. This moment highlighted the emotional struggles she faced while working in an industry that often demanded more than it gave. Moreno's experiences in Hollywood were not just about acting, they were intertwined with her personal battles. Therapy played a crucial role in helping her cope with her tumultuous past. Finding the right therapist allowed her to address the deep-seated issues that had affected her both personally and professionally. The environment in Hollywood at the time was challenging, especially for contract players like Moreno. Studios had significant control over their actors, leading to forced situations that were often uncomfortable. This included unwanted sexual advances, which were a grim reality for many women in the industry. Moreno's journey through these experiences shaped her resilience and determination to speak out against the injustices she faced. Her story is a testament to the strength required to navigate a world that often seeks to silence those who dare to challenge its norms. For over 5 decades, Rita Moreno kept the memory of Marlon Brando alive by wearing his favorite perfume, a deeply personal gesture that revealed the profound impact their relationship had on her life. Their time together was marked by passion and turbulence, with Brando being described as the great lust of her life, while Moreno candidly reflected on the toxic nature of their bond in later years. Despite the challenges, Brando left an indelible mark on her heart, and her choice to continue wearing his signature scent underscored the complex layers of that connection. Moreno's longest and most enduring relationship began in 1965 when she married Leonard Gordon, a retired internist who would later become her manager. Their marriage lasted for 46 years until his passing in 2010, a testament to their shared commitment. In her reflections on their union, Moreno described Gordon as the great love of her life, a stabilizing counterpart to the fiery relationship she had experienced with Brando. Though deeply devoted to her husband, Moreno later admitted to feeling constrained by his controlling nature, revealing a more nuanced view of their time together. She noted that, without their shared daughter, she may have made the difficult decision to part from him, emphasizing the complexities of their partnership. Beyond her personal life, Rita Moreno became a powerful advocate for diversity and change in Hollywood. Breaking through as one of the first Latina actresses to gain widespread acclaim, she continually pushed back against the industry's racial stereotypes, choosing roles that reflected a deeper, more authentic portrayal of her heritage. Her activism extended beyond the screen, where she used her platform to speak against inequality and to champion opportunities for underrepresented communities in the entertainment industry. Her courage and determination not only contributed to her storied career, but also paved the way for countless others who followed in her footsteps. She stands as a beacon of change, combining her artistry with her unwavering commitment to justice and representation in Hollywood. Despite facing numerous obstacles throughout her life, Rita Moreno looks back with a deep sense of gratitude and fulfillment. Hers is a story of resilience, determination, and talent, woven through decades of personal and professional triumphs and challenges. Born into poverty and navigating a world that often sought to marginalize her for her ethnicity, she succeeded in becoming a pioneer for Latinas in entertainment. Yet, beyond her public achievements and accolades, it is her personal reflections that add depth to her narrative. Her struggles did not define her, even when cultural stereotypes and typecasting tried to confine her artistry to narrow roles. She fought for her individuality, her dignity, and her worth, and through this fight, she found her strength. Her life has not been without its share of heartbreak and doubts. She faced moments of profound insecurity and battled the pressures of an industry that demanded conformity and placed beauty and youth above talent and substance. She endured systemic discrimination, broke barriers in Hollywood, and worked tirelessly to shatter the glass ceiling for women who came after her. Her enduring spirit stands as a testament to her ability to view these experiences as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. It reveals her willingness to embrace every chapter of her journey, no matter how complicated or arduous. Amid her challenges, Moreno always found solace in her passions. Acting, singing, and dancing were not only her career pursuits, but also her salvation, offering her opportunities to express herself and connect with others in deeply personal ways. These crafts enabled her to navigate the pressures she faced, enriching her life with purpose and creativity. She has never allowed external judgment to diminish her love for her artistry or her unwavering desire to bring authenticity and depth to every project she undertakes. While the world applauds her groundbreaking achievements, Moreno's own assessment of her journey centers on her ability to savor life in all of its complexity. Her courage in confronting not just external obstacles but also internal fears has left a profound legacy. To her, it is not just about the accolades or the recognition, although she deeply appreciates them. Instead, it is about cherishing the relationships she has built, the lives she has touched, and the joy she still finds in her work. Her perspective on life is remarkable in its simplicity and depth. She recognizes that obstacles are inevitable, but believes how one responds to them shapes the essence of their life. Moreno's reflections inspire others by reminding them that even the greatest challenges can lead to a life rich with meaning, pride, and satisfaction. She does not dwell on moments of hardship, but celebrates the fact that through it all, she has lived a wonderful life filled with purpose and fulfillment.